Virgo. Love, Wheel of Fortune. Okay, new cycles, new ventures, new illuminations, walking away. Interesting. Two cards here that symbolize walking away, removing yourself from a situation here. Okay, some of you are walking away and you're walking into new cycles in love, which is very nice. So whether you're coupled or single, this indicates either a change in cycle, a change in status, for example, from single to coupled, or maybe a change in the dynamic of a relationship. So maybe you're married and maybe you form a deeper connection, but some of you are walking away. Now, I feel for a lot of you, there's something to do with communication. Something you've been waiting to say comes out, Virgo, or it could be from this other person, in particular an air sign, a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius that has something to say, says it, illuminates something you hadn't even been thinking of, Virgo, or vice versa, and suddenly the communication changes. Someone walks away. Some of you are taking a break from a loved one because you need time away from them. There's lack here. The Eight of Cups, there's lack. Something's not building up to a bigger picture here. Something is missing and you're going out to search for it. Maybe there's something missing in this relationship you're currently in. Maybe there's not as much love or respect or harmony or happiness or security. There's something missing that you need to walk away from. And I'm tempted to say for those that are walking away, maybe from a marriage, you did have the Hierophant here, which is a major step. Yes, absolutely. Some of you are walking away to enter into a new cycle. But look, there's sadness with walking away. It's maybe something you've been thinking about doing for a long time, Virgo, but you haven't taken the steps. And I think it plagues you to walk away is what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing this melancholy energy here. Look, you've got the Eight of Cups, the Five of Swords, and there's sadness in these cards. There's somewhat, there's anxiety, there's somber colors in these cards. You can see with the Five of Swords, someone is even crying. So they're obviously emotionally affected by this exodus. So I'm wondering if some of you are really walking away from something here. Maybe there's been deceit that comes up this month, and in turn you end up walking away. I almost feel like I hate to say this, but I feel like some of it's meant to be, actually. So you can see the bigger picture here. Look, it's divine orchestration. It's divine intervention here. It's enlightenment. It's something that you've been needing to know. You've been needing to address, Virgo, and it finally comes out. And this is your opportunity. It's your window of opportunity to actually do something about it, to actually voice yourself or leave or enter into a new cycle. And I think it will really shift things for you in a really, really big way here. The Magician is all about instant manifestation. For some of you, could be with an Aries or a fire sign. Could be any sign really, but things are developing really, really quickly with the Magician. It's almost like an overnight success. So an overnight relationship, maybe it's something that was once a one-night stand, actually develops into something more. Maybe it was an affair that you had that actually ends up being a more deeper emotional connection, which was evident with the Ace of Cups underneath here. So that's quite interesting, because illuminations with the Four of Cups, things happening quite quickly. This notion with the Four of Cups in conjunction with the Magician card is things happening very, very quickly, things unfolding almost instantly. So I'm wondering if there's major revelations that come to light here about a person's past, maybe about your past, maybe about a relationship. This could be the case for some of you. But someone's introverted is what I'm seeing here. Now, this could be you. This could be someone that is also like-minded to you, Virgo, with the Hanged Man here. I feel like there's someone's introverted. Someone's not giving away too much, or someone's trying to be secretive, or someone's holding back. For some, it's holding back feelings, because maybe they're afraid of commitment, or maybe they're not ready for commitment, or they're not ready to provide the kind of commitment you're after, or vice versa. Maybe you're not ready to provide this other person with this sort of commitment here. But for some, there's, for some that have been, lonely, or you've been missing something in your life, you've got some wonderful things coming up. Look at this for a second, Virgo. Let's look at the good. Let's not dwell on the negative for a moment. Let's look at the good. The Wheel of Fortune, the Magician, the Hierophant. So regardless of what has happened to you in your past, Virgo, regardless of what sort of experiences, what sort of negative or unpleasant or unsavory experiences you have endured in your relationship life, in your love life, this is about to change for some of you. The Magician card, you're ushering in new beginnings with someone that ticks a lot of boxes for you. Look at that. They've got everything you want. Look at everything on their table here. Personality, spirituality, commitment, love, affection, establishment, personality traits, attributes that you're looking for. And this is really beautiful. Some of you are entering into a new cycle that could definitely lead to falling in love and getting married, or entering into a solid commitment here. And some of you will almost feel like this is too good to be true, Virgo. But as I said in the general reading, you need to embrace this energy. It's amazing. If you have a hunch that something's off, okay, voice yourself. Ask this other person what's going on. Ask them what they're thinking. Maybe it'll put your mind at ease. But for others of you, you'll just have such love and harmony and certainty and hope and magic that this will unfold into something extremely beautiful. So look, I will leave it at that for the love portion of your reading. Let's move on now to the career portion. Career and creative pursuits. King of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, very nice. The Hermit, the Moon, Knight of Wands, Ten of Wands. Okay, there's definitely wish fulfillment that's happening here in career. Something you've been meaning to achieve or manifest or attract. It's coming. It's coming this month. It could very well be around finances. You do have the King of Pentacles present. In particular, you have Taurus and Virgo here. You've come up in your own power, which I like, Virgo. You have undeniable strength this month. I'm just interested to see if you showcase this strength or not, or if you're too anxious to come out and address what really needs to be addressed. King of Pentacles is a large amount of money, so some of you are receiving an offer of money or negotiating over a large sum of money this month. It could be a large project you've been working towards with the Ten of Wands. I feel as though maybe this is something you've been working with a fellow Virgo, possibly a Taurus or a fire sign, possibly a Cancer here as well with the Moon. But I feel as though it's something you've been working on. You've been almost breaking your back for this project, Virgo. And now comes the time that you'll be reaping the rewards. So some sort of negotiations or talk or salary, some sort of benefit, something that you'll see in the physical, something that's tangible. Tangible rewards are coming in for your career. Now, I feel as though there could be a little bit of tension going on in the workplace or even with business. The Moon card shows emotional upheaval. You're emotionally linked to someone that you work with. You're emotionally tied into a situation. Maybe it's gossip. I think you're emotionally invested in something that's happening with work is what I'm seeing here, because there's a reason why you're anxious about something here, and you're not anxious unless you care, Virgo. So I'm wondering if it's anything to do with a fire sign or this air sign, as I said, you know, this confrontation or obstacles, maybe. And I'm wondering if this has anything to do with what's been happening at work, or these conversations or gossip, maybe deceit or even backstabbing, Virgo. And I'm hoping for your sake you'll come out of this. But I'm almost tempted to say with the Ten of Wands and the Moon card that this will be ongoing for this month at least. This is what I'm thinking here. What I like is that you see how the Virgo is looking towards the Nine of Cups. So you're moving towards an idyllic situation here, which is good, but it just indicates you need to endure this sort of energy before you move into this. And you know, there's duality here. Look at these cards here. They're quite light and positive. These other cards are a bit more heavy, a bit more emotionally fueled. What's interesting is that you have the Knight of Cups. There's swift movement around some of you, possibly a swift offer that gets made offered by the King of Pentacles. For some of you, it's relocation in work, maybe relocating to a different department. I feel it's more internal rather than new work. For some of you, it is new work with the Ace of Cups, something you're more emotionally involved in, so that resonates more with you, especially in regards to your passions, which is good, which is quite positive. And it could definitely be in some sort of analytical department where you're communicating, liaising, designing, innovating, implementing, etc. And you're very good at this. This is where your skills lie, Virgo, as well. So that's quite interesting. It's come up here. So there could be gossip and things like this month. But for others of you, you're definitely working on a large project here. You've been in your element. You've been in your power here, which is good. And someone is going to notice you. The King of Pentacles is the last one in the deck. But you've particularly got the Air King and an Earth King. So it could be males, could be air and earth sign males that notice this. But there's someone that has quite a refined energy, especially the King of Pentacles. He's the last one in the deck, so there's a certain finesse about him, establishment, authority, respect, affluence, reverence to him as well. So that's quite interesting. That's come up here. I think this person will acknowledge some sort of contributions that you've been making throughout the year or maybe throughout the month. For others, you're scared to share the workload or something like this, because I can see you're not that you're scared, I suppose, but you're hesitant to offload some of this work to someone else. And maybe this is where this uncomfortable conversation has to take place, that someone else has been, being a little bit sneaky, maybe leaving work early, and leaving you to do a lot of things. So maybe this is something you need to voice. But I think it'll be received well, Virgo, for the most part. I do. And, if it's something you need to address, it's something that you need to address. But all in all, it does look pretty good. I love that you have the Nine of Cups, and this is wish fulfillment. So definitely things aligning very nicely in regards to career or business, creative pursuits as well. So that's quite positive. But look, I will leave it at that, Virgo. I hope it's been enjoyable for you.